like this. I 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 like this.
Thank you very much. I rest my case. Do me a favor.
Mute your phone.
Stop with the fake laugh.
Somebody with
That's Issa.
YouTube.
Tiffany, go sit in the car. Nobody want to see all that.
That's somebody watching that was with YouTube. What's going on, people?
Man, look him. Issa, let me tell you. I just told Julie. So Issa, I was on a call about a sit-in at a particular institution. And you know how these PWIs want you to hold your tongue. And you know me, you don't hold our tongue. So I said, let me get on off of this here. Because I told them before, I ain't no check gonna make me close my mouth.
That's what I'm talking about. I
don't care about no. You keep your check. I can go home.
They don't know who they messing with.
I never feel like that.
That's right. So where was there a protest?
So we'll just say a particular institution that I'm affiliated with. Many years ago, they had a sit-in by the black students. About 4 years ago, some of the students got arrested. And so we were talking about, how white universities tend to ignore black student voices until they got, get pushed back.
Right.
So my opinion was, the university could do a better job. Somebody texted me and said, you might want to lay back on that. I said, let me get off this right now. You done piss me off.
That's what I said.
I said, really?
Well, they're censoring
Lord bless your heart. You better stop that COO in it.
They're censoring you.
Well,
yeah.
You ain't unless you pay me 6 figures, I ain't gonna be quiet.
6 figures can get you there?
Hey, it gotta be close to that 999. I do whatever you need me to do.
All right. 6 figures. We know we can get in for 6, y'all. Tiffany is out canvassing. That's why y'all see so much of her video of upside down there or whatever that is. So she's out there canvassing because y'all know she's running for county commissioner in Athens County, Clark County.
Clark County.
Clark County, Georgia, in Athens, Georgia. So that's where Tiffany is at. But we got a live show for y'all tonight. Live show. We're going to talk about some stuff, but anything y'all want to get off y'all chest first. Robert done got it off his chest. We had a real good show just now talking about the new movie that was shot in Savannah, Georgia. Have they completed all the shooting in Savannah?
Yes, they have. So now they're
I understand that we have a new Denzel Washington that is in that movie, and his name is Jamar Torre.
Oh wow!
And they say you gave a Oscar, but they say when you go to accept your Oscar, that make sure that Will is not there with Jay. That's what they told me to say. You know, to tell you.
No, they said Jay Jones will slap him instead.
I won't make any jokes. I won't make any jokes.
Okay, we got Dr. Betty Jones back.
Yes, one of my favorites.
Glad to have you. And so I know how those late Zoom meetings go. I got one tomorrow at 7:30. Robert, I need you to help with
Lord. But speaking of Zoom, if I could give a shout out.
Huh?
Let's give a shout out to Reverend Leonard Smalls, because he does a Zoom Bible study on Tuesday evenings at 7. Now, I don't know if y'all had a chance to tune in, but it's really, really good.
Oh, yeah. Pat Small is always good because he gives it to you raw and uncut. I knew it was one I forgot to put on there. Okay, I see it. Yeah, it's we got a bunch of sponsors that will be strolling to the bottom. Campbell's Funeral Home, Donna's Delicious Delight, Forbidden Fashion Boutique, Mike's Bath and Towel, Kenny's House Painting. We got 2 political candidates that'll also be strolling down there. It'll be a whole lot more because the political season getting down to the last 30, 40 days. So they'll all be down there, you know, as sponsors of the network and as the platform. So, which is the best coverage they can get for nothing almost. So y'all tune in. We got some great topics tonight. The first one is the and I know
I thought you said we can get something off our chest. I thought I
thought
yeah.
I want you to tell about the movie and everything while we get ready for our show, because we got Tiffany out doing something. Sandra had to work, and Bernard is in Charlotte at a basketball tournament. So it's the 3 of us until Tiffany come back in. Go ahead and get it off your chest.
Okay. Well, since you want me to start the nice, because I wasn't going to start with nothing nice, but I'm going to start something nice. Yes, Craig Gordon, our former state representative, Craig Gordon, Phoenix Higgins, and Jason Short have created a movie called The Boo Hag, and tied to the culture here in this area. It was about a couple that comes back to this area, and basically the filming was done here in Savannah and also in Defusky, but the bulk of it was right here in Savannah, over in Pinpoint, and here in the city. So it takes place. But the one thing that Craig, he and I had conversations about with regards to this movie was that he was happy that we controlled it, that it was something that we controlled, and we told the story our way with respect for the culture and with us here, and that we control who was being part of it. That, again, bringing in people, bringing in African-owned businesses now to be the ones providing some of the services that were needed. And that is something that should happen. But we often see that does not occur when you have a lot of other productions happening here for movies and television shows. But again, that's what Craig was happy about that. And that's something we discussed on Run Tell That on the segment or that just preceded the Rabble. But now we'll move on to something else. Again, and that's a great thing, because again, it shows what can happen when we come together collectively. Savannah Morning News indicated that crime is on the rise here in Savannah, Georgia. Now, some of us like, wow, crime is on the rise. That crime rate has risen here. But then, just like some people and I, we discussed this matter right here. Crime has always been on the rise here. So it's not anything brand new. There's nothing brand new about this. Nothing brand new. Crime has been happening here and it's not been properly addressed. So I told them when they brought this to my attention, we were talking about this. I then said, we are basically the wild, wild west. We are the wild west right now. And no one is looking at it and addressing this like it needs to be addressed. Mm-hmm. And so, again, going to another ATR show, some people didn't understand when I threw something out there. I said crime will only be addressed in this city. Well, and excuse me, actually, I had said this last week on the Rabble, and then followed up on Candidly Keisha and said it on Monday. And I'm sticking to this right here. When a tourist is killed in Savannah, that's when you see change. Otherwise than that, if you are a Savannian, you ain't got nothing to protect you at all. And I'm not talking about the governor's not signing this new bill. I'm saying right now, you can be victimized by crime in this city and no one is concerned about you. Oh, excuse me, there are some people, but a lot of them who should be in positions of power to make sure that things like this will be taken care of, that we take care of the fabric of this society. They ain't washing the linen. The linen is dirty. The fabric is dirty. They ain't washing it. And so right now we have a wild, wild west until a tourist is killed. And that when that linen is now sawed up, that's when they're going to wash everything then. And they're going to try to figure out what happened from the educational system, socioeconomic systems, political system, business, economic. Now, the business community, everyone's going to be concerned about why did that tourist get killed and the threats that are going on. And then you get concerned about the people. And then you only still even do bad day type stuff. So we need to be concerned about this and we need to be putting this out there and talking about this, because when the person was on Candidly Keisha, I don't knock him being on there. And he felt it because what had happened, as I shared with people before, that the sins of the father and the mother will come to visit their children. And it will come visit you in ways that you didn't imagine. For this person right here to have a homicide occur right in front of his residence, he never thought that was going to happen, but that's how it is. But when you think it's just a black problem, you don't see it as a human problem, as a community issue, again, basically a crisis, that's what's going on here. And so it is, I'm getting that off my chest to share with folks on the Rabble, share with other people that we have a crisis in this city and that until a tourist is killed, nothing will be done. So do I want to see somebody get killed? No, I want to try to get killed. But that's sometimes what forces deal with tragedies. And then some of us become reactionary as opposed to being with regard to being progressive with regard to what needs to happen.
Okay, he got it off his chest, y'all. Dr. Betty Jones says she's glad you attending Bible class.
Oh, yeah. That's what we're going to say. They break it down now.
Yeah, Brother Jamal, and you are absolutely correct. They're not concerned because we don't see any sense of urgency. But you let something happen to those tourists down there, and it's going to be a big sense of urgency. They'll be stopping and frisking everybody, locking the city down, doing everything in the world, violating other people's rights, just doing it on purpose. And one of the subjects that we're going to talk about, the second subject or the third subject, second subject. We'll get to that in a minute. It ties into that also, with the police shootings here in Savannah. Crime is up, but hell, a lot of the murders, you're looking at the police is doing the murders. Otherwise, it's a murder, but it's a killing, so, we're going to address all that tonight. Dr. Betty said, we know this, Dr. Torrey, it's a shame that it has to come to that. That is exactly right. It is. Okay, first subject. We have a shooting in the subway station in New York. 20-something people injured. What it was, 10 or 13 shot. The rest were hurt, getting the hell out the way. And so, they got more people hurt, getting out the way than a little bit. One guy ran into a pole. He was looking back But you don't supposed to look back. You're supposed to be running straight ahead.
Well, I
But
would have tore up that place, you know about it.
yeah, but he threw tear gas or he threw a smoke bomb or something, and then he started shooting. The only good thing about that shooting yesterday was he could not shoot. That's the great thing about it. He couldn't shoot. Other than that, it would be a lot of people dead. He couldn't shoot. So that was the best thing about that shooting. Nothing good about anybody getting shot. But if there is any good to come out of it, he could not shoot. And those people, and none of them had life-threatening injuries. As far as I saw it up until 12 o'clock today. So what you say, Rob, about these subway shootings?
Well, I think everybody already know what I'm about to say. If we don't stop focusing on these petty crimes, we're not going to solve the violent crimes. We got too many violent crimes happening. So, I forgot who I was watching. I can't remember who talked about, no, Keisha Gibson Carter, Saturday. We were talking about it. We gotta let me classify. Let me break. Give me a minute. Give me a minute, Teray. I ain't gonna be long. I ain't gonna be before you long on this one. Let's look at how we're police. We're police for quote unquote crimes. We gotta take traffic citations and all that. That might be a priority if somebody's out here doing excessive speed, 85, 100. You gotta take drug use. Stop arresting folk for that. That's a mental health. It's a health issue. Okay, let's classify stuff correctly. You got bank robberies. Yeah, you need to be rehabilitated. Something need to go on there, but that again roots back to some kind of thing. Either you got an illness or you got some poverty things going on. That's another issue, poverty. But the main thing we need to focus on right now in this day and time is violent crime. We want to do things just because we did it the same way before. We want to do it because we did it 10 years before, 20 years before. Well, we got a major crisis before us where guns are easier to get for some. It ain't easy for us to get. It's for some to get. And we have become so desensitized to massive killings. So what? Somebody got 20 kids got killed today. Somebody at Subway got killed. 100 got killed today. Our thoughts and prayers go, and that's BS. So we got to start looking at some real reform and put some real leadership in these police chief roles who can really lead and advocate and stop sitting up with mayors and governors and patting themselves on the back for doing a darn thing.
All right. I guess that should have been what you got off your chest earlier. Torre?
Well, I'm going to say that I think there's some mental health issues that's going on also with regards to the government, and that mental health issues and oppression issues and this is what will drive people to do things like this in this society. And it is tragic that occurs. But then we are not looking at, my brother Robert Bryan said, we're not looking at the root causes of any of this right here. We're not looking at the root causes, and we just let it go on. And so we have to make changes with regards to this. We have to make changes with regard to leadership. But so many of us are ideologues. We run with whatever the party says or whatever this group says, this organization says. But I'm not saying, no, it's not for you to be a follower. It's for you to be a leader. And sometimes you're going to have to think, even if you are not the president or the leader of an organization, because sometimes they will lead you straight to hell.
That is exactly right. And we're going to get on that when we get to the second subject about all the police shootings in Savannah. But right now, the most shocking thing, this guy was 62 years old, and he had a problem with the mayor of New York.
Yes.
And for some reason, he took it out on the citizens of New York. I don't know whether it was some plot, knowing that if he caused that type of mayhem, that the mayor would come there. But I heard the mayor was quarantined because he has COVID. So that he wasn't coming out and being in the public. He gave a speech from the the governor's mansion. So people just have to understand that people are almost fed up. People are fed up with your inattention to what matters in those underserved communities. People are fed up with what is happening to the marginalized people of our communities, and some people just act on it. So our leaders have to be cognizant of the fact that they have responsibilities to the least of us.
Mm-hmm.
And when you are just looking out for those that are already there, who have generational wealth, who are doing things that nobody else in the community can do, and you're still looking out for these people who have made it, there becomes a problem. And it didn't surprise me after they told me why they thought the guy might have done it. It didn't surprise me. No, I don't condone any type of violence.
Right.
But it didn't surprise me. So we have to hold our leaders accountable through the voting booths and through the ballot. Those are their term limits. That's how we get them out. And that's the way that we're going to show in the next election. I'm hoping that happens then too, because we're fed up everywhere here. There's no sense of urgency. I don't know. And I do my best to call everybody out who has a responsibility and obligation to the people, the pastors, the community leaders, the elected officials, everybody who has this obligation and responsibility and who's not stepping up to do what they need to do.
Yes.
I saw them the other day rallying about voting. The other day, they marched 3 or 4 blocks from West Gwinnett to Ralph Mark Gilbert. But what they should have did after they got through with that was talked about all the violence here in this city. You had all the pastors there together then. We got their priorities are messed up to me. I don't know why I can see this and they can't. So I don't know. I feel like I know when I'm talking to y'all, I'm preaching to the choir, but I'm talking to everybody out there too. So y'all share, and let the people know that there is a sense of urgency now in us. And we have to stand up as men and as community leaders and do what we have to do. There's a void in our community, especially amongst Black men, and we need to fill that void. Anyway, our second subject is, and that ties right into this. It's the Savannah Police Shootings. They've had 7 police shootings in how long, Jamar? The last 6 months or so? Last year?
The latter part of last year.
Yeah, 7 police shootings. How many people died?
Doesn't matter. I want the city council to hold a vote of confidence on this police chief. Show me that.
Oh, see what y'all getting into?
No, I'm getting into real policy.
See what y'all getting into? There has been a report about the Savannah Police Department and how officers are feeling about their leadership. That and the best of the knowledge that I have is that the report was not provided to city council members. City council members had to learn about it essentially on the streets. People on the streets knew. I'll just share this with you. I had an officer tell me about corruption, and they weren't talking about rank and file corruption. They're just saying, hey, they're like, and they're not saying about people getting money. They're just saying that, listen, this type of leadership, this is a problem. So I then share something else, and some of y'all may not be aware of it, that I then say, well, hey, it's not just even with regards to the police department, it's also with regards to the fire department, because the arena should not be open. But because the fire marshals has not approved the arena being functioning, but because of political maneuvering and bullying. That's why people are not going to that arena. So with regard to the police department, we now see what is going on, that you have rank and file officers who are upset with regards to leadership there. I'm not coming at anybody personal. I'm not coming at anybody personally. I'm just saying the information is out there. And so, morale cannot be that great. And morale not being that great. So guess what? When they're now on the streets, that does not help the common person on the streets. It does not help. If you got people, because again, just like the shooter that's there, like I said, the shooter, there's some mental health issues with regard to the shooter. There are some emotional and mental health issues also, I would say, with some of the police officers that we have on our force right now. And that impacts with regard to the lives of some of us. And in particular, who's the majority of the city is us. So that means that it impacts us and our families.
Well, what I don't understand is, and I don't have the data in front of me, but if we look and we take the last 4 off police chiefs and put them on the table, and we compare leadership, this one would have been fired a long time ago with other councils. But we probably only got 3 city alderwomen that really care and who really look at the data. We got one who is a law enforcement officer who don't, let me not go there, but we only got 3 that really are tuned in. And so I just am lost as to why we meaning these citizens of Savannah, don't show up to council meeting, don't write editorials in the paper, don't do something to say we demand our city back. Because I'm just looking at the end of the day, it ain't no longer Chatham County, it's Kessler County and the city of corruption.
Oh Lord, you said Kessler County. Oh Lord, Jesus.
I'm just saying. Look at River Street. If you look at River Street from the Hyatt, maybe give you 20 more steps, all the way down to the bridge, who owned that property pretty much? I mean, I guess I don't know. Y'all, I don't know.
Well, it goes right back to what we were saying a minute ago. There's no sense of urgency. You can hear the mayor and the police chief can get on and talk about the crime, and there is no urgency in their voices. They aren't holding and calling on all the pastors and all of the community leaders. But like Jamal said, if it's a tourist, I bet they'll call everybody. If it's a tourist, if that happens to a tourist, I guarantee they're going to call every soul and try to get him in First African Baptist Church to have a big meet.
Yes, sir.
So,
yes, sir.
So, the thing is, and we're not advocating for that to happen. That's the last thing we want to happen to anybody. We don't want to see anybody get hurt.
Yes.
But what we're saying is that, there's a double standard, especially when the city is ran by Black people and the Black people don't have any care for the Black people that they're supposed to be leading for. They lead for all of the citizens in Savannah, but they still aren't. There's no sense of urgency. There's no sense of saying, well, it's almost like they're part of the plan. Let them kill off each other, and they don't care, But if you have a real important person was to be a victim of the crime, also.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. It would happen. Absolutely. Correct.
Yeah, the city will be locked down.
Yeah.
You have them throwing people against cars and stopping all the wrong people, and I mean, it's just a shame right now. What do y'all think of this? Do they need the police officers need, because we're on the police officers shooting now, do they need new training, some don't shoot training? What is it that's needed? They're overreacting or what? I mean, it's almost like the people that they was shooting at, did any of them get off a shot? I understand. I was a police officer 10 years myself, so I understand the adrenaline flowing. I understand the danger that you're in every day. So don't think that I'm uh, uh, painting over it, because I understand. I did it for 10 years. So, but what I'm saying is, I I could probably in 10 years probably tell you I pulled my gun 10 times in 10 years. You got some officers pull their gun 10 times a month.
Hmm.
You know, so but it's just a new type of policing going on. Are they scared? I don't know.
Well, I'm the first to say we can't, and I believe this. You can't speak on something unless you're walking in a person's shoes. So, I've never been in a position where I had to literally defend myself in the line of duty. Right, that's a very important, serious thing.
Correct.
However, it's almost like a high speed chase. At the end of the day, you got enough intelligence to identify somebody. If they've committed a crime that egregious, you got enough intelligence to go wait and not chase them down and create a bigger problem. In my opinion, and I don't know because I've never been in their shoes, you have enough evidence to where you can maybe track this person down later. Because if you shoot that gun and you shoot the wrong person, you're going to be in a much bigger problem. And why kill a person? Like the incident the other day, I wasn't there. I don't know the situation. But if I were training, and I'm never been a police officer nor a chief, none of that. But could it be a situation where you allow that suspect to get without killing them, just maybe catch them later? I don't know. I'm just putting that out there. What are y'all thoughts?
Well, it's in the academy, you're taught to shoot center mass. You don't shoot to injure, you shoot to kill. And that's what we're taught. You're taught to shoot to kill. An injured person is a dangerous person also if they have a weapon. I think that it should have been taught a different way. I haven't been in the academy in 30 years. No, 40 years. So it might be taught different now, because a person with a knife, you should not have to shoot to kill that person if they have a knife. But you'll see that a few of these people had knives that are now dead.
Hmm.
And you should be able to incapacitate that person without killing them. And then a person with a gun, yeah, of course, you might have to shoot to kill. But it's the training, and I don't know what it is these days, so I can't speak as an expert on that. But I have walked in the shoes. I do know that there are times when you don't know whether you're going to make it home or not. There's been those times for me. But that's the job that you take. It's a lot of thought and leadership that has to go into this, and we need to be bringing people to the table, the citizens board, and not just a group of citizens that is the mayor's friends. You need people who really care about the community, who are going to have a disagreement with you. Because those disagreements make you look at the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And then because of all you get people there and all y'all thinking alike, no, you can't do the right thing. Oh, I
got it, doggone it. Everybody want to let Tiffany in.
Hey, but
next mayor of Clark County.
It's you muted too, Tiff. It's just something that we got to look at with the police shootings, because it's we've never had this many in such a short period, and it seems like either these people and where's the body cam? Is there body cam? Every officer should have it, even if they're working off duty, right?
Right.
So we'll wait to see. I don't see any sense of urgency from the community on these shootings either. So we need to hold everybody accountable. It might be good shoots. I don't know. But those are things that the leaders of this city need to be looking into. And I ain't
Yeah,
talking about elected leaders.
yeah, and I'll just add this. I think at the end of the day, and I try to look at things from both sides. You don't want an officer killed or injured either, and I don't like seeing any civilians killed or injured, regardless. I just think, I don't know if it's more training. I think it's always good to have more training. Even you think we all learn more things every day, but I think I think across the board, and that's even me included, we've got to have more compassion as people. We have lost all types of compassion and care for our fellow person. And when you get to a place where it's just normal to shoot because it's just something I'm missing right now. But I just think we've got to build love thy neighbor. We do that until, and then you fill in the blank. I just think we've got to get back to a place of that because it's so easy for us to demean another person. It's so easy for us to chastise. It's so easy for us to disregard another person. It's so easy for us to shoot and injure, but it's so hard for us to be compassionate. And I don't know where we lost that.
I think it with the police in general, I think it starts at the academy because every police officer is a person. Every police officer has a sense of choice of rationale, meaning they have a choice to um, police in a empathetic way, in a compassionate way towards, the civilians that they're policing. Why would you have to be a special person to want to police a neighborhood where you can have them under your thumb so much that you have to keep your hand on your gun at all times. You have to be a special type of person to want to carry that type of animosity every day as a job, by choice, not forced, but by choice. Why would you want to go into a neighborhood and be that way? That it speaks volumes as a human being. Because when you are a police officer, your oath is to protect as well as serve. Where's the protecting and the serving? Why are you going in the neighborhood just to have control over the residents? So much so that the residents are already stressed out, already the relationships between officers and residents are at an all-time high. We don't like the police. We don't want to be around the police. We don't respect the police because the police does not respect us. Respect is a two-way street. And I think that it starts at the academy. When you enroll, and instructors should see this. If this person, if he exhibits any sort of racism, any sort of bias, he shouldn't even be able to go further, shortage or not. And they just put people in positions, and it's just crazy. It goes back to mental health because we got some crazy police officers too. They got mental health issues with guns and badges and
That
don't
is
like
that is
don't
absolutely
like
correct.
us.
Yeah,
You are right.
absolutely.
Some officers are mentally challenged also because they come to the job with the notion that they're out there to cite everybody and looking to arrest the first person that they see. And I used to tell people when I was a training officer, I used to train police officers, many of the ones that's in their latter years now in the police department and in command positions. And I used to tell them, they'll tell you, when I trained them, I told them your job is not to cite and arrest. That's not your job. Your job is to protect and to serve. If citing and arrest comes with that, then okay. But your job is to protect and to serve. You can make, why I am such good friends with everybody, and people didn't understand that, not because I gave nobody no bunch of breaks. It was because I treated everybody right. I could have people call me 2 o'clock in the morning and tell me who just shot somebody. because I had that type of relationship in the public. You know, I would have detectives call me early in the morning, 1 and 2 in the morning, waking me up after I done got off, waking me up, asking me to go. That hey, we understand this guy's from where you grew up at. Can you help us with this here? I done went in nightclubs and got guys with guns on them and told them, hey, they outside waiting on you. Ain't no sense in going out there in no shootout. Come on, go with me. You know, I ran into one of those same guys today in the store that I went in Sam Bowers, got out of Sam Bowers and brought him out to the detectives. And, you know, knowing he had a gun on. You know, but you got to have those type of relationships, those type of officers. See, we hiring officers that aren't from here.
Mm-hmm.
And these people
That's
are from
true.
South Dakota and Wyoming and Nebraska.
You ready to
They
shoot?
don't understand us.
Shut
They
up,
don't
Gracie.
understand the culture. You know, so they
That's
come there
real.
and the first thing they're afraid anyway. So when you're afraid, the first thing you're gonna do is put your hand on your hip with your gun. That brings fear from from the person that you're stopping. So it's a lot of training and it's a lot of a recruitment that has to go on within the city. You was about to say something, Jamal?
Oh no, sir. I was listening
Oh,
to you. Mhm.
okay.
I
Well,
really wanted to hear what you had to say about these eyes of Jesus.
All right, since you said that.
Yeah.
And he wants you to do red ball too.
You said what now?
And I told her she should come to the red ball, but then we'll talk about that later.
oh Lord, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The red ball in July. The red ball.
We gonna be there if we can speak.
Yeah, y'all can speak. I'll make sure y'all are able to speak.
Okay.
Well, again, we know that part of the issue we know across the board is that it's community policing. But something, you know, when you were talking, I was going to throw it on out there. But now, since Tiffany made me throw it out there, you all know what in the United States was the largest mental health facility in the United States? Cook County Jail. Cook County Jail in Chicago.
Oh yeah, sure was.
Cook County Jail, the largest mental health facility in the United States. They house more people with mental health issues than what's supposed to be mental health. So again, when we tell people it's the jail. So that's what's going on. That again, you got so that is not supposed to happen. Mental health, people with mental health issues not supposed to be in the jail, but that's what we got them at. And then also what we alluded to earlier, what we just threw out there earlier, that then we also now have police officers who also don't have the best mental health. So that's why I tell folks, so that they aid in the oppression of those communities. They aid and abet with regard to causing the friction that's between folks. And that again, like you said, you can go into Sam Bowers and you can go get somebody to come out who has a weapon on them because it's a trust factor. But then also, I'm like saying right now, we are now forcing police officers to do our mental health issues, our social issues, our economic issues. Is all put in the hands of police officers. Some of them don't even understand that that's put on them. And so they don't know how to deal with it. So then that's why they then have an issue that with people on Baxter Street. See, Jamal ain't got no issue with people on Baxter Street. I'm cool with Baxter Street. You know, I'm cool with people, you know, they're on Waters Ave. I'm cool with people on Waters Ave. But then guess what? Them officers, you know, they go on Baxter Street and they look and see Tiffany and see Robert right there. They're going to try to figure out why they right there. But they still going to talk about. But then, and they see Julius on Waters Ave, you know, they like,
don't know what's going on.
But then they're going to come up there and they're going to but they terrorize communities. They terrorize communities. And, and like I said, some things I ain't going to get because we got other issues going on. Cause I'm like, and then now when them black folks are armed with weapons, guess what? And because our governor said we can have a weapon. So now they're going to use that to rationalize shooting us even more.
Yeah. And you got to recruit within the community because who knows the people better than people who live in the community. I remember one time I rolled up at 31st and Montgomery, It was a lounge there, stepping up lounge or whatever.
Yeah, I remember.
back in the day.
Yeah. That one I was
Mike
younger.
Tyson was inside.
Who?
Mike Tyson.
For real?
Yeah, Mike Tyson was
Oh,
inside
wow.
the lounge because he was overtraining for his match in Hill Hay. So he came over to Savannah, the party, and somebody took him there for some reason. But for some reason, some people got to fighting in the middle of the street. I'm talking about big old fight in the middle of the street. It was this white officer that I trained named Kennedy. I don't know where he at now, whether he's still there or not. He rolled up. He was the first one there. And he just yelling on the radio, yelling, they fighting, he need help, send everybody. When I pulled up, the fight stopped. I mean, I'm not saying I'm no bad, but I demanded that type of
respect
from these people. Because I said, what the hell? What we asked, what y'all doing? Everybody fighting. But that's what you could do back then. I was the guy. I was the guy. Everybody knew me. They wonder why everybody know me now, because everybody knew me then. I was just that type of person. They don't understand it, but they'll get over it. I don't have to tell them nothing. I'm telling y'all that. But anyway, you got to have those type of officers that can do that. Me and Darryl Cone, Jack Snowden, all of us were those type of officers. We demanded that type of respect. Well, people gave it to us because we respected them. We weren't the kind of people that were out there just trying to throw everybody in jail or looking to put everybody in jail. We would help you before we hurt you. And that's what type of officers that are needed. People respect that more. They'll tell you more things. You talking about the snitches get stitches thing now. No, people would be calling and telling these people who did this and did that, but they don't trust the police. And you got to get that level of trust back. Anyway.
No,
we've been on this subject a whole long time.
That's a good, yeah.
Okay, our next subject was Governor Kemp. Oh man, it just get worse and worse and worse. And it's gonna get worse. And I know all y'all want to talk about this here. Governor Kemp signs a new open carry gun law. Lord have mercy, you don't need a background check and you don't need no license. What the hell is this man thinking about? See, what he's thinking about is destroying us. And people don't understand it. But
absolutely. They passed the no lynching law when people ain't hanging people no more. So let's give them guns. Let's give them guns to kill each other.
That's correct.
Yeah,
that's correct.
Because it's only going to affect our community and our young black boys. Because ain't no young black girl gonna pick up no gun unless she's defending herself. But it's our young black boys. This is a way to kill us and put the other one in jail. Capital for that bed.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Capitalists.
That's right.
I want y'all to watch Unjust Tonight. What you said, Tiffany, is so powerful. And when you watch Unjust Tonight and see what Shantae went through, Julius, that woman deserves a ooh. And I knew she went through it. And I never doubted her. But to watch how inhumane that jail, just to make money off of these people and these women, somebody needs to be choked out. Somebody needs to be slapped for that. And it's sick what people would do for money. I'm talking about women in a cell not given proper hygiene products, going through their women's stuff and having to live in it. Come on, man. And all for the sake of $1. Just you triggered that thought. It's sickening how we treat one another.
Yeah.
For that mighty dollar. Kemp think that this is going to keep him in his spot. But
that's right.
It's not. It's showing how much you don't care about the people who you are governing over, because I would never, as a mother, willingly give my child something that's been on the stove for 5 minutes to hold in his hand, knowing that it's going to hurt him, and that not only that it's going to hurt him, but it's going to have a lasting effect on him. And this is what this gun law is going to do. And I heard someone on the radio say, well, Black people need to stop being afraid to exercise their Second Amendment. Baby, Black people ain't being afraid to the Second Amendment. They've been carrying guns forever. I mean, it's just going to be open season, and we just have to be vigilant, and we have to combat mess like this. I wanted to cuss, but we have to combat mess like this. It only affects us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Look, little white people, little white kids, and I don't mean any disrespect for any of our white watchers, but little white kids, unless they're stressed and depressed and going through something, only is going to pick up a gun. But little Black boy, he's going to pick that gun up because he feels like this is going to be a way for him to help his mom. This is going to be a way for him to be accepted by his friends. And he knew what he was doing. They already don't want us to talk about our lineages at school. Let's give the kids some guns.
Harrison said this. Kemp is trying to get the white rural vote.
Yeah.
Well,
absolutely, because they got sense.
I don't know how much of that is accurate. Because see, the thing is, they already carry the damn guns everywhere they go. They're already carrying their guns. What Kemp is trying to do is show them that I'm going to let them kill themselves. I'm going to give them better access to these guns. So that, and let them feel free that they ain't got to carry a license. What the hell? You're circumventing background checks. You're circumventing federal law.
Yeah.
So what? I mean, so what he's saying to them is that I'm going to help destroy this segment of people here. We're going to give them more. A kid ain't going to feel bad about it now. Kip done said you don't need no license. You don't need no background check.
We're going to give them more rope. More rope to hang themselves.
But see, you gotta look at the short and long term. The counter narrative of that is they're gonna take your guns away. That's gonna be used when Stacey steps out and runs against him. This ain't got nothing to do with nobody. It has everything to do with Kemp. Is that dog-headed thirsty on winning that election, and he wants to make it firm that I am for the Second Amendment, and doggone it, Stacey Abrams is gonna take your guns away. And you're gonna be and they're gonna be taken over by Black people, and you see what they're doing in Atlanta, and I'm gonna protect you, white rural voters.
But nobody's going to the rural areas with guns to bother them.
It doesn't matter. It's the narrative.
That's what I'm saying. It is to destroy us. The plan is bigger than that. The plan is to have us kill each other off. I mean, it's only a small segment of the population that's committing these crimes. So let's not think that all Black men are doing it. It's not.
Right.
So it's really a small, tiny fraction. But they still want those guys to wreak as much havoc as they can while this law is in effect. Until the Supreme Court overturn it, the Georgia Supreme Court, which ain't going to overturn it because they're appointed by these same people and they ain't going to do nothing. We cannot expect the law to work for us in the state of Georgia until we take over totally.
Absolutely.
So you better vote for Stacey Abrams. And I mean that. I mean that on seriousness.
Better go out and vote for some damn body.
And take 5 people with you. That's a whole nother talk.
That's right. Okay. But we know what Kemp is doing. We know what his thoughts are. We know what how dumb it is. So we know it's only going to affect us. So I don't know. Next, is COVID gone? Is COVID gone? Robert says it's gone. You saying salute to it? It's gone?
It's gone until about 2 months.
It's gone when people when it's convenient That's when it's gone. Because
Right.
Shanghai is locked down. They got cities in China on lockdown.
Well, Philadelphia has issued a mask mandate again. Philadelphia, and that I think it starts today. Philadelphia said mask mandate in place. Bam. So, and they say it's tied to this new variant. That's what folks are saying and putting it out there. So yes,
I better start wearing mine again then.
and still, yeah, folks still not addressing the lingering effects of COVID right now, because a friend and I, we had a conversation about another friend, and that one of them, he is blind in one eye, but he did have COVID, but then they're saying it's not COVID related. We're like saying no, and there's someone else, she had a stroke. She had COVID, subsequently she had a stroke. So, but again, folks like, and so some physicians are saying, we really don't know the magnitude of all this right here. We're still trying to pinpoint, but then this is an issue. It is a health issue. It is a crisis that's still here with us. And no matter how people play the games, and that's why I say for Black folks, it is even worse, because when you look at the healthcare system for our people, not the saying Black people don't go to the doctor. Even they go to the doctor, they still don't get the best treatment with regard to and the best care.
Yeah.
You got to be on them, and then some of them resent the fact that you are standing up and understand how your health should be maintained.
You better speak their eyes of Jesus, because yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
You're
ma'am.
right about that. You're right about that. And the thing that gets me, even when you get your elderly people, you know, Jesus, you spoke that, because I take my dad to the doctor and a neurologist and all types of doctors. I have to be on his primary caregiver, because I'm like, y'all ain't giving me the answers that I'm seeing. And Tiffany, I think some of y'all know me well enough that if I have to come to you for a fourth time, some of these chairs and desks in this office might be rearranged, especially when it comes to me and my mom and my daddy. And I just find it disappointing how, what you're saying is true. And then when you take it to the elderly and all that, they just have no disregard for our communities.
And I'll share this in saying that, and especially for us to take control of our health, it is essential and it's important. And like I said, we do have to deal with physicians who don't respect us. And some of y'all know, I'll put it out there, people, but I have MS. My MS, as it stands, I don't take no injections. I don't take no injections. But then it's something that even when I'm first diagnosed with the MS, I had already said I got to take control. I got to take charge of my life with regard to this, because I know all the stuff, again, from taking the injections and all that. And I'm not saying I got anything, I'm opposed to the injections, but then they will tell people that not to do anything. This is what physicians tell people, not to do anything. Don't overextend yourself. Don't stress yourself. And I might say to myself, I think that's contrary. If I don't do nothing, I lose the ability. If I do something, then I'm fighting off and staving it off. And so that's what some of the neurologists, that when they like looking at me like, okay, like we do see, the marks on your brain. We do see in your brain, we do see it, but you sure you don't want to take the injection? I'm like, no. I said, they're like, okay, like it's just to make sure that you don't lose functioning. I'm like saying, yo, if I follow your regime, I will lose functioning. That's why I do what I do to maintain. And so that's why. But again, I look at it as an African American, it's essential for us to do that. So with COVID, same thing. Me and the brother talking. I'm like, like I said, Department of Public Health contacted me to do a survey 2 months after I had COVID. So I'm talking to them. I'm like, y'all just not contacting me. Then I had to tell them, I said, I had alternative symptoms of COVID. And when I'm talking about, I'm like, I had delusions. They don't talk about that. I was absolutely delusional. I had night sweats, had all that. And I'm like saying, but y'all not telling us that. Y'all giving us other stuff right here. And I'm like saying, yep. That's why I said all of us, we got to make sure that our physicians, and that's when we talk about leadership, that African-American physicians are doing what they need to do for us also. Because some of them don't. They follow the same line. What they're taught, that's it. I'm like saying, wait a minute now. Come on now. you know what's going on here. You know, especially don't let me get about diabetes. Diabetes,
God.
you know, like cutting people limbs off. You somebody
Man.
else, you find another way for them. But with black folks, you cutting limbs, you cutting toes off, toes, foot. You know, now 3/4 of your leg. You know, then your knee. You know, like come on.
But if I could go back to Vanessa Taylor's comment, you got to take control of your own health. And let me tell you about that. And I mean this. Y'all better start looking at natural ways of not using pharmaceutical drugs, natural ways of healing. And so, for example, my mom, I'm gonna use mama for example. My mother was on so many so many medications with Alzheimer's. I pulled her while I sat with her nurse for hospice. I said, boom, 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 gone. I don't see any effects. They gotta go. And what I've done is I found some natural ways. So the hemp gummies and different things like that. Don't you know this lady's going in year 3 with Alzheimer's? We brought her home. We make her normal.
Right.
Stop allowing people to put chemicals
right.
in your body.
That's right.
That blood pressure pill is going to trigger something else. And when it triggers something else, it's going to trigger something else. Now you got 4 medications.
That's right.
My daddy dealing with rheumatoid arthritis. What I did, I got him a copper cup. I got him some, what do you got? Oh, God, what is it? Ginger and turmeric. I don't play that. Start looking at natural ways of healing, folks, because these chemicals they put in your body, buddy, caught all them giving you these opioids, that ain't good for you because it's going to trigger something else.
And that's why they need to make marijuana legal.
That's right. That's right. That's why. Say it again. Tell them why. I ain't going to keep talking. I don't understand it. Marijuana can help with pain. Come on, folks. Y'all believe anything folks tell you.
How are you talking? You cannot sit on here and talk about our congressman. You cannot. I cannot be a part of this right here. You cannot talk about our congressman. You cannot. I will not be a part of this.
I'll talk about it. But no, seriously, marijuana. I want anybody who's dealing with chronic pain, go get you some edibles. I'm not even being funny, right? Go get your edible. I guarantee you that edible will give you equal, if not better, treatment than that opioid, that the hydrocodone.
Yeah, because my mom, and I'm not trying to spill her tea, but
baby,
I might not put so she has a nerve problem in her back, in her lower back. So it's kind of hard for her to stand up straight. And so they give her Roxy's, the highest dosage of Roxy's. And it makes her sick because she's allergic to codeine. Still prescribe it. But she goes to the gas station and they have these CBD tablets and she takes them daily and it gives her energy and it takes the pain away. And she gets it from the gas station. So when I made the marijuana comment, it's because the stuff that's in marijuana, it does help. I went up because I was smoking.
You just get the CBD. Just get that. You ain't gonna have marijuana. You got
marijuana is only legal because it was in competition with cotton, and white men back then didn't want anything in competition with cotton, so they made it illegal. That's why it's illegal. Bottom line, go look it up.
And I think anything from the earth you should be able to use, as long as it's not altered to cause any other things.
We don't believe
God says nothing that causes your mind to be fertile. If your mind is a bit fertile, God.
I said
it might help Robert. Jamal, it might help Robert.
Look, he frozen.
Yes, I'm frozen. Stuff like that.
Women do make your mind fall.
It might help.
And she got 5 beautiful kids. Now, come on, man. Really?
And that's correct, Vanessa. The doctors get kickbacks by prescribing all the drugs that they prescribe. I tell you, it's a certain doctor that's elected official, and I'll call his name. I think he tried to kill me, and I'm serious. And I went to him. He was telling me about my health and everything. He gave me these medications. He told me my A1C was too high. I went on a different diet and started getting better. I cut it in half and was feeling better and looking better and everything and moving better. A1C went down. He increased my medication. What the hell you increased? I fired him. I swear on everything. It's my wife. I fired him. I said, I'm not no damn doctor. But I know if I cut it in half and I'm doing that much better, he's not supposed to be trying to give me more medicine. And I fired him. Got rid of him. And went to the doctor around the corner from him. Same building. And this doctor told me that it is curable. That he don't know what these other doctors be talking about, but it is curable. So, and told me all I had to do was take care of myself and exercise and eat right. And I ain't listening to him either, though. But I need to. But
yeah, my great grandma, she lived to be 102 years old. And it's because her body wasn't, they ate from the land. They ate from the farm. You know what I mean? It wasn't, she was born in 1912. So they didn't have all of these things in the food. And, my great grandma, she was, they picked cotton. Even my grandma picked cotton because they didn't have any other, way to make money. And she would say how they would go and get fresh eggs in the morning. That was her job, to get fresh eggs in the morning. And she lived into 102 because she didn't have all of these things in her body like that's in the foods today. We have 56-year-olds dying of cancer because of the stuff that's in the food and the medicine. Like,
you're right. But Tiffany, they say that in Athens, and they're still picking cotton today. It's Herschel Walker picking cottons.
Look.
Well, I was gonna say, well, Tiffany, your grandmama, she wasn't eating no edibles. She wasn't doing no CBD. She was doing
she
right. I was just saying she was doing none of that.
She just had to pay for
it. She made a point to say that she never, she didn't drink or smoke or any of that because she made a point to say somebody in the house had to be sane.
Which grandma?
You're absolutely right.
Y'all on COVID gone?
My granddaddy mom.
Okay.
My dad's grandma.
Got you.
Yeah, my dad's grandma. Yeah.
Somebody wouldn't know, Robert. That's way too.
I might know. You don't know what?
I think you might have met Mom, Robert.
No, yes, I did one time. Long time ago.
Yeah.
Coco said she don't think so.
Hey, Coco, bring Coco on.
COVID is gone. That's what they say, but COVID is our new flu. So COVID is going to be around for a long time. And so y'all just be prepared for that. Next up, Trump backs Dr. Oz. Dr. Oz.
Y'all not going to talk about y'all president.
The TV host is running for U.S. Senator in the state of Pennsylvania. And he's backed now by Trump, but Trump has betrayed the party by not backing the leading guy that's MAGA backed, Make America Great Again backed. Trump's base is backing the other guy, but Trump is backing this guy. So we've had to see who has the power, Trump or his base.
Trump.
So those people are mad with Trump right now, so we're going to see what happens. But Trump is backing Dr. Oz. What's y'all thoughts?
Well, Trump said it many, many years ago. I want y'all to find a clip. If I ever ran for office, I'll run as a Republican because they're idiots. It goes back to Kemp's whole gun thing. When you got people who don't think, you can easily influence them. And so Trump got a base of a good majority of Trump's base don't use critical thinking skills, analytical skills, or brain cells. And therefore, it's easy to influence. I'm being for real. It's easy to influence them. I mean, and I'm not trying to call anybody a name, but it is what it is. And so hey, if I could just tell you Dr. Oz is great, Dr. Oz, and you gonna rally around it, so be it. I mean, hey, he got a brand in this. He's selling it to people who don't think about this man might be dangerous.
No, it's Pennsylvania, so I don't know what he must have got a home in Pennsylvania too. So he's running in Pennsylvania.
I thought it was fun.
Herschel from Texas.
No. We're talking about Dr. Oz.
I know, but Dr. Oz
yeah.
from Nebraska, and they still would have voted for him.
Yeah, they own homes in Georgia still, though. So they got dual residency. Like I have dual residencies also here in Pope Wentworth and in Savannah. I own property in both.
And to my brother Robert Bryant, I'm a proud card-carrying member of the Republican Party. I did not take that kindly, but you're saying Republican Party.
You one of the three that got brain cells. You and Harrison and Julius are the Republicans that got brain cells.
You said who else?
You, Harrison, and Julius.
A Republican don't have no heart, and I think mine still beating. Republicans have no compassion. They don't care about nobody but money, and so it's either one or two things with most Republicans. Harrison said he's no Republican.
Don't be ashamed. We are proud. We are proud Republicans. We're proud Republicans. Stand up, Harrison. Stand up. We want America to be great. That's what we do.
I'm libertarian. Tiffany Green Party.
All right, next subject. Walker and Warnock. They say Walker has taken the lead over Warnock. Is Warnock doing something wrong? Is he's what do you suggest he do? What is the problem with what Warnock is doing? Is his messaging wrong? I see his boring commercials on TV now. I don't think they're strong enough. I hope they get stronger during the general election because they're kind of weak to me right now. They're not. They don't grab me. I guess he'll be on this bus tour after a while also because you can't run the town, see the mayor. The mayor only got one vote. You can't run the town to see the mayor and not see the people. You came to town and made a couple of commercials and it was almost like they hide you now when you become that. See my assistant here. See my assistant over there. He saw Jamar too, though. I have to admit that he did see Jamar because we saw the pictures.
Y'all not gonna talk about our friend brother now. Y'all ain't gonna come. But
so I'm still a proud Republican.
But look, Warnock. Let me tell y'all about Warnock because I was, the brother got a well put together machine. Warnock has a strategy like this. You might think he's behind, but he's presenting that so he isn't behind. It's a strategy. So he ain't behind. We think he's behind. He ain't behind. No, I don't think he is. He did the same thing a few years ago. Oh, Lord. Hey, Bernard Brown. Bernard Brown, they've been talking about you to open the show. I got to defend you every time.
Bernard is in North Carolina running a tournament. Y'all know he travels all over the Southeast in these tournaments. So that's Coach Bernard Brown. He's doing what a bunch of leaders should be doing, pouring in to these kids. And we appreciate what you do out there, bro. We really appreciate it.
I heard America the Dog got took over, but I don't know. I think Tiffany, you gotta see that Issa took over that man's show, man.
That's what Wolverines do. We pour into other people. So keep doing what you're doing, bro.
Keep doing your thing, Bernard.
You're right, Harrison. If we vote Herschel Walker to the Senate, we are in trouble.
Yes, we are, because
that's my University of Georgia alumni. Y'all not gonna talk about UJ alumni now.
Herschel in 2023. Herschel in 2023. Herschel in 2023.
Oh, we're gonna mute him. We're gonna mute you. We're not gonna mute him. We're gonna mute him.
It's so stupid.
Herschel Walker just needs to sit down.
Yeah.
Herschel Walker just needs to sit down. Just
Renard said he about to kill these damn kids. They'll run you crazy now. They will run you crazy. But we, you know, and Harrison say he needs to continue doing what he's doing. What you say, Jamal?
No, I'm saying, unlike others, I have not had my dinner, or you know, on the Rabble. You know, I'm due run tell that, so I got to eat me some nuts right now. You know, so I'm saying.
I got 2 bags over here.
What the hell? How we get on this?
I know.
How we get on this? Nuts.
Pecan halves and walnuts, and I'm gonna be making my fruit salads because I'm gonna change my diet.
All right. Fruit salad.
Yeah,
Put some
I'm
nuts
gonna
in it
get
too,
right
Jimmy.
too. I need to start getting up 5 o'clock in the morning and run. Oh, I better not tell nobody. I got some enemies. They might try to run me over and say they didn't
I might
see
drink
me
one
in the
less
dog.
drink.
I better just start getting on the treadmill. My wife brought me a machine. I'm gonna tell you the truth. My wife brought me a machine that's downstairs in the garage right now, and I have never used it. She brought it 3 Christmases ago. It's brand new. It's one of them Bowflex machines. You know, I have never the Chuck Norris Bowflex machine or something like that. I have never used it.
That was before the Peloton, baby. That was before the Peloton.
You might as well give it to me. You might as well give it to me.
Hey, I sure need to. She'll probably tell you to come get it. That's what she's probably gonna tell you to come get it.
Man, y'all
but I need to start using it.
Come with me to Planet Fitness. You'll be all right.
I really do. Who that says something about Herschel in 23 to the
Herschel
woods?
B. Jenkins in 2023.
Herschel in 2023. Herschel in 2023. He's the savior for our nation, for our country. He's the savior for our country.
Lord have mercy. Lord.
Everybody in Athens is going to vote for him. Everybody in Athens is going to vote for him.
You know what? I ain't gonna touch that because you ain't lying.
Athens is liberal. They always been liberal. Don't follow up with him.
We got some of them that love Herschel Walker because he's a. It takes my legacy. It takes my dad to talk about Herschel Walker and his language towards him. You know, people might not come back to the Ramble.
His
language. He called him all kind of
and Cooney Reed.
Yeah.
Well, that's what he is. He's an idiot. He's that's who I was saying. They say they still picking cotton in Athens, and that's what Herschel's doing.
Yeah,
Herschel's cotton picking. Dude. I hope that we don't get in no trouble for that word. But that's what Herschel does.
He went to see the shows too.
Okay, this is the controversial part. I thought Sandra would be here tonight because I know she got a few choice words for Cam Newton.
I don't talk about my Auburn brother like that.
We'll probably be talking about this with a different perspective on the sports reporters tomorrow. But it was a subject that I wanted Sandra and Tiffany to elaborate on from a woman's perspective because we don't have any women on the Ebony Sports Reporters tomorrow night at 8:00. So Tiffany, you're gonna have to speak for you and Sandra. Cam say y'all can't cook and y'all need to learn when the hell to shut up.
His mama.
See now, and the 2 of y'all are laughing. Y'all know the Wilder family is from Savannah. His mom. So I'm like trying to say, why y'all laughing with Tiffany right now? Y'all laughing at your home girl because that's his mama.
No, I mean no disrespect. I mean,
I'm just messing with them right there. They just chuckling. They're chuckling. Knowing that Cam mama from Savannah. See how they ain't got no respect.
And his daddy played at Savannah State.
And his mama at Savannah State also, and also his mama at the Tompkins High School too.
No, she went to Savannah High, ain't it?
She was just playing, dang.
She went no Tompkins.
Y'all acting like Will Smith.
He's probably going to end up with a white woman. Is he already married to one? There's no way a black woman is going to shut up, and
Yep.
she already knows how
Hey,
to cook.
when he's
It was
He
more.
started doing that, the devil-
He said he was not demeaning black women. He's not demeaning.
Dude.
He was just saying that was just his preference. His preference. See, everybody attacking Cam. He said that was his preference.
Right. And that's what I wanted to get these women's perspectives on. And I guess Tiffany said it all for her.
that caveman mentality, and though it may be some's preference, women aren't made like that. I mean, not even my grandmas. Like, you know, there's a thin line between, I'm not gonna say love and hate, but I'll choke you and I'll either what am I trying to say?
I don't want you to use the word choke.
I'll choke you and I'll love you.
Yeah, it's a real thin line. And if you tell me to shut up, I promise you, telling me to shut up is not going to end well with no woman, not even the white woman Michael Jordan married. He ain't gonna tell her to shut up. You shut up. Women ain't made like
y'all
that.
talk when y'all get in the car.
I don't know.
Becky
Becky might.
in my relationship, I might punch
You
you.
tell Tanya to shut up.
Becky, hell, shit.
Yeah, right.
You say, do I tell Tanya to shut up?
Boy, look here.
Doors will be slamming.
Okay,
Things will be thrown at me. All kind. I ain't even gonna go there.
Tell Bernard to sit his behind down. Tell Bernard Brown to sit his behind
Shut
down.
up.
You see, Bernard said we can't come out the closet.
Bernard Brown.
Oh Lord. Oh.
See, Bernard is protecting the black woman, the woman. Period. Bernard said, "Cam need to shut the hell up."
Yeah, he do.
But no, don't tell me no more.
He's just being political. That's all. He being political. He ain't being real.
Bernard not being real.
No, he's being political.
Okay. Cam and his
Bernard, what you
big
gotta say
mouth.
about that? Bernard, you gonna let him talk to you like that?
He fronting. He front. He a
Bernard, you gonna let him talk
fronting
to you like
Negro.
that, Bernard?
He's a fronting Negro. Bernard Brown.
No,
Bernard, he won't call me no COON.
We got two more subjects. Robert, you keep trying to put us in the hole, don't you?
I ain't say nothing. What I say? That's Issa and Brown Man.
We got two more subjects to go, and one, they're both interesting, and we got about exactly 18 minutes. So we're going to get them out in 18 minutes. All right, 17 minutes. These two subjects going to cover 17 minutes. So y'all get on. The old Savannah Civic Center.
They don't have to cover 17 minutes. We finished before. Because like I said, I still got to eat my dinner. I got dinner.
I got mine is waiting on me. I'm going to do it while Robert start the show, and I'm going to end the next show.
And I haven't even cooked yet.
You got a wife who cooks.
We going to find you one, too. Isn't that right, Bernard? We going to find him one, too.
Nah, not the type of women y'all like.
We might go down to Athens and get you one of them good women that's in the field down there.
Yeah, we are not in the field.
No. I'll be with on Baxter Street, chilling.
No, Baxter Street.
I got to find out what's on Baxter Street because I got to go down.
Yeah, what's on Baxter Street besides Raising Cane?
Right.
No.
In that little apartment complex. And the hospital.
Them sorority houses. Let me think. In the library.
Right. I'm about to say the library.
I'm going up and down Baxter Street because I'm trying to make sure that Dr. Matt Ray in the office.
Yeah, there's something on Baxter Street. If he want to go to it, I'm going to go
Rock
see
Springs? What you doing in Rock Springs,
I forgot about Rock. Where Paul, though?
Paul, they tore it down.
But Paul would have been there.
Yeah, it's on Hawthorne.
The wars. Shut up, Jamal, before I slap you.
I ain't Chris Rock. And I ain't Ronald Wilson. I ain't Chris Rock.
Ain't he working out?
What y'all do? Who is Ronald Wilson? We need to find out. Where you gonna find is Ronald Wilson?
Ronald Wilson played for Jenkins. Yeah, we played Tompkins. And Bernard was the one I found out that threw Ron across the fence, and then it started a riot at the game. Yeah.
Not like Beach and Savannah High.
Worse.
Now they see the shows in Clark Central.
But we y'all done cut it down to 14, 15 minutes now.
Because of Bernard Brown. Tell him to sit his behind down.
The Savannah Civic Center, old Savannah Civic Center. You know, we got a new Savannah Civic Center that Jamal said they don't even supposed to be open yet because the fire marshal ain't approved it yet. But under pressure, he's letting them do it. But he ain't put his stamp of approval on it yet. But anyway, the old Savannah Civic Center sits on 7 acres of downtown primetime land. And we know that the fix is in to give it to these developers by our elected officials who are selling us out. Those ones that are selling us out. Let's make it clear that we got 3 or 4 that's not. We know that Keisha, Alicia, and Bernetta are not. So, but those other ones, they might think that they all supposed to vote the same way every time and give that civic center away for nothing. One time they wanted to sell that for $7 million. That place is worth $7 million an acre. So the least that it should go for is $50 million. The least.
You shouldn't sell it at all.
Huh?
Shouldn't sell it at all.
Shouldn't sell it at all.
Right.
Correct.
Right.
Correct. I think that they should move the whole city services in it. Hell,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you want to sell something, sell City Hall and move the mayor's office and move City Hall to the Civic Center.
You're renting a part of the Coastal Georgia Center from Savannah State based on USG, University System of Georgia. So you can have, as opposed to renting it, you can put everything right there. Just like when they made that crazy move of selling the building on Broughton Street where you had city services right there. So you just go ahead, put everything right there. You got parking. So again, prime location for parking for the customers to come in, the citizens can come in there. So again, you ain't got to sweat that. They ain't got to be riding around trying to find parking. You got parking right there. So yeah, that's what I'm like. That's insane.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the danger. Savannah has been warned, I think, 2 or 3 times about all these changes, and you keep going doing it, and you're going to lose a historic designation. And I think if you remove that civic center or do anything to it, that's going to be the nail in the coffin for our historic designation.
Well, they just shouldn't sell it, period, because if it's sold, there should be a big FBI investigation, because now you're selling prime real estate that's worth $7 million an acre that you want to sell for $10 million, and you know that you're giving it to your partners. It's just like all the other stuff that they do here. They let it sit for a while and hope that we forget about it. Then they tear it down or sell it to somebody, and then the big developers come in and put things in it. But you know, people done got paid under the table. That's what they're trying to do to Yamacrow. You know, that's what they did to the Weeping Time property over there in Francis Bartow. They told us it was termite infested, so nothing could ever be built on it. So now we got a Salvation Army being built on it, Tyrone Ware. You told me that. Van told him that. So, you know, a lying got no boundaries. So, you know, they want you to spread these lies. But anyway, I think that the place should not be sold. It should be used for the city services. All the city services can be put in there, even though they're building stuff out there on West Gwinnett. But it'll be a travesty if they do what they're talking about doing. And one suggestion was tear it down and put a park there. 7 acres on a park. Really? Really? That's the most primetime land other than River Street in downtown area. The most primetime land down there. So why would they sell it? You know, but it's to the developers. Once these developers put you on their planes and give you these campaign donations, then you do what they want you to do. Anyway, that's the with our last subject. Anybody got any other things on this? Jamal or Robert? I know, Tiffany, you're not from here, so you don't know much about the Civic Center. Robert?
No, I just really, I think we got
12
to be,
minutes.
but we got to be very careful and stop adding so much downtown. You've added so many beautiful structures, hotels, and all that. I think it's really nice. But if we lose a historic designation, that impacts so many things, and we got to stop thinking about the dollar so much and start thinking about what we're impacting. But I can guarantee you this: I just pray and hope that we don't get rid of that. I mean, you got to think about the people who graduated out that building, the memories of it, and for God's sakes, I like the arena. I think it's messed up what the arena is going to do to Carver Village. Some of y'all think I'm lying, but some of y'all thought I was lying about Yamacraw. What I tell you about that? So I just think we need to keep that Civic Center, more so because of the Johnny Mercer Theater, the MLK Arena, and find ways to do what you all are saying and incorporate city services in there. But to tear it down would be tragic. Or
But
to sell it would be tragic.
I'll share this with you. Even if they were to tear it down, it's not going to affect the the historic designation for Savannah.
No, it won't.
And what happened with regard to developers and everyone else, and one of the things that when I put out the video, that understand downtown Savannah, even Caucasians here are not saying this per conversation I had with someone last week, that they realize that they can't live downtown Savannah. And that's why I said to folks that you all been making it seem like it's a black issue. It is not a black issue. This is a human issue right here. But Caucasians in the city of Savannah sit back and are silent about this, but they know what's going on. And so, the developers and everyone, they are it's about tourism. That's all it is about. It is about absolute tourism. That's what this is about, is that it allows them to now have tourism, and it's about not necessarily residing there. It's about short-term rentals. It's about Airbnbs, because that's what's going on right now in neighborhoods right now. People are buying up some of these properties. These folks are not staying on those properties. This is an investment for them because they see that Savannah is a hotbed for tourism and people want Airbnbs. And that's why our leadership here not understand it and not stand up to maintain something. But guess what happened? If they do sell the property for the Civic Center, you will now have a 20-story building there. That's what will happen. 20 stories.
Yeah, it's crazy. They do what they want to do here in this city. And our last subject tonight, y'all gonna really like this one. It's your favorite South Carolina senator, the Negro Please Award.
I cannot be a part of this.
Goes to Tim Scott. Tim Scott from South Carolina. He gets the Negro Please Award for the embarrassment of black people worldwide. The Negro Please Award goes to Tim Scott. Congratulations. You can pick up your award from us anytime you get ready.
At Ray's house.
Tim Scott.
I do not approve of this. I'm a good Republican. I do not approve of this. I do not approve of this message.
And the reason that Tim is getting it is because for the first time in the history of this country, we have a female, black, African-American female on the Supreme Court. Tim Scott voted against her. Tim Scott voted against her. You can speak on that part, Torre. Tim Scott voted against her.
Well, I'm gonna say this right here. Derek Jeter was not unanimous for the Hall of Fame. Derek Jeter, there was one person who said did not vote for Derek Jeter. So again, that don't mean nothing. He's still in the Hall of Fame. She's still Supreme Court Justice. Just let it go, y'all. Just let it go. Y'all black people are so sensitive.
That sounds like a real Republican. Show us your card again. That's his Republican card, y'all. That's his Republican card. He's a card-toting Republican.
That's right.
But this man is really an embarrassment because he has no backbone to say, that, I see what you all are doing in the party that I'm in.
Are you still in the Rabble?
how deeply racist you guys are. And I am a black man, and I can stand up, but he just doesn't stand up. I can understand him voting against it if he was a Democrat and had some issues with him. He just told the party line. And as at some point in your life, you have to stand up and say that, the party does not matter. What I feel in my heart and as a man is what matters. And I don't think that Tim Scott did that. So,
and I also think he was intimidated because she was more educated than all of them, and they couldn't do anything about it.
Well, she was very qualified. Tim has been letting us down. Maybe he needs some Viagra or something. I don't know. Or some nut juice.
Maybe he need whatever is on Baxter Street.
Yeah, he need. Meet me and Jamal on Baxter Street.
That's right. That's right.
Whatever.
And we're gonna turn that into a children's book too. That's gonna be a children's book too. Meet me on Baxter Street.
Oh my goodness, my kids can't read that book.
Yeah, Tim Scott is a disgrace to the community. And he's the third recipient of the Negro Please Award goes to Tim Scott, senator from Alabama. And you can pick up your award from Jamar at any time that you can catch him, Senator Scott.
And I'd like to use my 1 minute. I'd like to use my 1 minute on behalf of Senator Scott. They're going to share this right here. So how do y'all feel about none of the black people that have been on the Supreme Court have been married to black people? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, you can't help who you love.
Oh, really?
But that seems like it's a precondition to get there. I said that. You can even look at I had my head down, the baby period. You can even look at
Thurgood Marshall,
Kamala Harris.
Thurgood Marshall, Filipino.
Yeah.
Clarence Thomas, Caucasian. Ketanji Brown Jackson, Caucasian.
Yeah. They Clarence Thomas and it seems like it's a precondition for you, a prerequisite for you to get nominated. They say, well, we can accept him if he got this, or we can accept her if she got this. Then they understand us better. They'll be on our side. But it shouldn't be that. If you qualified, and Biden shouldn't even have probably picked her. It should have been somebody else, just to show that how many of them have been married to African Americans and been nominated.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the reasons they kicked them out if they have a black spouse. So we got a long way to go in this country. We're going to address the 500-pound gorilla or the 800-pound gorilla in the room. We're going to address it. We're not going to shy away from any of the subjects because that's what we do here. It's not about us being racist. We're just not scared to address the issue so that we can level the playing field.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about. We believe in equity and being fair to everybody, and that's just the way it is. But Tim Scott, you are the recipient. Next time you in Beaufort somewhere, see Jamar Torre for your award, please.
Yes, and I'll say this to my sister Tiffany. Tiffany understands what time it is because Tiffany went to Athens Christian Academy. So she would. So I'm like saying, hey, we understand. We understand the world we got to live in. I'm just saying.
Oh,
ACA, baby, ACA, yo.
I was going to touch on it, But I'm
Bernard
not.
got blocked. What you got blocked for, Bernard?
We ain't focused on Bernard right now. We focus on Tiffany. ACA in the house.
That's what Academy. That way you went at Tiffany. Oh, okay, brother. He always.
No, you know I went to public. You know I went to public school.
I thought I had saw you there.
George Jefferson would call them zebras. But anyway, that's our show for tonight. We hope you share. Invite people to come in and look at our shows. We have about 20 something of them. We got some more on the way. 4 or 5 new ones coming with the 20 something that we already got. So y'all stay tuned. We're trying to build something here for our community, giving you information and entertainment and news and comedy and financial literacy and business, everything that you can think about, Geechee culture, everything. We give it all to you. So y'all tune in, share with a friend, invite your people to look at it. If you can look at it, invite everybody on your Facebook to look at it also.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But why you want to let Tiffany have opportunity to talk about ACA, her school, ACA? You can talk about Tompkins and Windsor Forest and Beach and all that other school, but you won't let her go and talk about ACA. I think ACA has to have an opportunity. Let her talk about her school, ACA, Athens Christian Academy.
Athens Christian Academy recruits Black kids to play sports.
Oh, okay.
That's about it.
Okay. Well, we're gonna get.
That's why I thought I saw you down here at one of the games here. That's what I thought. I thought I saw you at Savannah Police.
Because it's 8:57. Our closing intro is about 2 minutes. That'll give us into the next show, Unjust. Y'all stay tuned. Robert already told y'all it's a great show tonight about the lawsuit that was just won against the jail in Atlanta. I don't know what it was, Fulton County Jail or one of the jails in Atlanta that lost the lawsuit. And Tiffany was a victim to all. I mean, not Tiffany. Shantae was a victim to all of that. So y'all stay tuned and watch Unjust up next. See y'all later.
All right.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Peace.
Peace.
ACA.